Live music is among the growing number of industries that the pandemic has impacted.
Everything I had tried to do before just found different ways of failing me. And then it was the local music community that sort of kind of picked me up and brushed me off and said, hey, you're welcome here.
While the doors have closed at VZDs and venues across the metro, the music lives on.
Playing shows is just kind of one of those things I have to do. It's like an endorphin release type thing, like just waiting for the next show, which right now, it sucks.
Normally, a weekend in downtown Tulsa means people walking the streets, maybe taking in a live show, but not this weekend, or any other for a while.
I mean, even if the bar's open, I don't know that many people are going to be coming out to a show right away. I'm not. If the bar's open next week and there's my favorite band is playing a show, I'm not fucking going.
I don't know that many other cities have what we have here.
Just getting to perform live with my band is what brings me joy in life. So it's definitely something I miss a lot right now.
I know that right now I'm really missing being on stage.
Like, this is the first time in at least 3 years that I haven't played a show in a month. It's weird.
There's something incredibly magical about being in a room with a bunch of humans all experiencing the same thing at once, and it's kind of hard to replicate that feeling online. Right now, people need, creativity, and people need music more than ever.
I mean, just in Oklahoma, like we almost have two different realms. Like you go down to Tulsa and they're way ahead of the game in that area than us. But I think that our music scene in general is starting to come up.
It's been really nice to be a part of this very big and diverse and interconnected community, which I think is one of my favorite things about it. In Oklahoma, it's, there's the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. I feel like Oklahoma has like 3 degrees of music connectivity. You know everybody if you follow the chain.
Most of the supporters for live music are other musicians, and so that's fun to get to meet everybody.
I feel like half of the audience is other musicians, supporting each other, and I've always really liked that.
But just in the years that I've been in the band, I've seen, the scene here has grown a lot, and I've seen just a rise in live music in general and house shows.
I know that there are some other scenes that also have that sort of connectivity, but I feel like Oklahoma's kind of special in that regard.
Like almost all of my gigs have been from other musicians, like inviting me to go to the gig.
I will throw a shout out to the Paramount Room.
It's kind of,
I miss being in like the Smoky Bar with like a whole bunch of college students, and I don't know, just the vibes, man.
But I also like the shows that we play kind of like at places that are more just sit back and relax, like Blue Garden.
I miss bars. That's not really a performing live thing, but it's part of it, I guess. But just in general, I miss bars, and I miss people and actually being around people. Lately, like in the last year or so, people will like sing along and actually know the songs, and that's made shows a lot cooler.
The stage at Factory Obscura at the Mixtape Experience is probably the most unique space I've played.
I love the deli, and I probably miss that most right now because it's divey, it's dirty, there's smoking, it's kind of gross, but in a good way.
In fact, I actually got my start on SoundCloud when I was too nervous to go to my first open mic.
I miss the atmosphere of live music. I think it's such a unique experience, whether you're playing or listening. The local Oklahoma music scene has basically just gone digital.
The groups are joining bands across OKC in raising money for shuttered venues. This through Facebook Live concerts with PayPal accounts attached in the links.
It's just a good way that we thought that we could give back to those bartenders and wait staff that are without work right now.
I've seen people doing a lot of like venues hosting live videos of people at their home.
But he's found a way to still reach his loyal fans. A Facebook Live concert.
They're reaching out to artists and being like, hey, we'll like let you live stream on our thing, and so maybe we can get a little bit of profit, or like at least let people know that we're still doing music.
I think it's what is necessary right now. I don't think it replaces the live music.
I don't know, like the idea of going live was like gross to me. I did not want to do it. I was like, that's gross. Like, who am I in this world to go live on Instagram?
After working with a bunch of live streams, I mean, they're pretty interesting to work with. For one, you don't have like an energizing crowd, so it has its downfall there a little bit. Like, for instance, whenever a song is over in an artist set, it's just like completely silent. And it's kind of weird because so many artists like feed off the energy of crowds, and you don't get that with a live stream. But on the other hand, it's very likely that you have more viewers in your live stream than you even would have there at the show.
Back, 3 weeks ago back, we did our own live stream, and we kind of just went about it kind of the same way we would promote one of our own shows, like a real show. We kind of just posted on Instagram, tried to get the word out there. But it's kind of an interesting dynamic because whenever we started that live stream, we had like 40 or some people on it constantly, which is honestly more amount of people that come to the shows that in like physically. So it's, in a way, it's easier because to get people to come to the live stream, they don't have to leave their house. They can just pull it up on their phone or open up on their laptop.
It also helped that we were taking donations, so the venues we were taking donations for were also promoting it.
One thing I think a lot of Oklahoma musicians have always missed out on is the opportunities of what the internet has to offer. I do make some music, but I also am kind of like an uber local Oklahoma music fan. I run a music blog, YouTube channel, etc. It's called Make Oklahoma Weirder. I've been sort of writing about music for about 5 years now, and I try to keep up to date on all the happenings that are happening in the underground music scene that a lot of people don't always get to see. I can look at a band like Johnny Manchild and the Poor Bastards. I feel like that's an act that really gets it. They are active locally, but they also have engaged, nationally and globally, and they have, fans all over the place because of that level of internet engagement.
Okay, I got to stop this here. Why is this so good? Why is this so goddamn good?
Honestly, for us, like a lot of our fans aren't in Oklahoma City, so it's kind of an interesting thing to think about. The fact the majority of our listeners never see us live in the first place. Promoting a streamed concert is a lot similar to promoting like the release of a single or something like that. And so I think there's like a right way to do it if you have the technical ability to make it not sound like a potato. That's the only pitfall, I think, is you do have to have some equipment to really make it work if you're hoping to do like a full band thing. That'll also just make it look like you're everywhere at once, which is kind of what you want if you're on the internet doing this stuff.
Circumstance calls me to dare new longings, thousands of miles away.
I'll just randomly hit like live or something, and it's like my friends hopping on, and I always delete them after because I'll just end up talking to someone or just doing random shit. But then afterwards, people are like message me and they're like, hey, that was really cool. Like, thank you so much for doing that. It was so nice to hear music. And I'm like, I don't know how much I get out of it, but I did it, and people actually were like, hey, that was really cool. So I'm like, if someone enjoys it and I do kind of have fun doing it, then it was like a real feeling. There were like you could see a bunch of people watching, and like my sister was watching it, and she was like, there's so many people from like school and who don't go to the shows but who were watching, and it just felt like a real moment of like togetherness. Like, this is what he does when I'm not petting him. He's just watching my hand.
Right now, Factory Obscura is doing live streams. It's called Live at Mixtape, but we've had to switch to having the artists perform from their homes just for the safety of everybody involved. And we have a wide variety of artists, from movement artists, poets, visual artists, singer-songwriters. So there's a wide variety.
Live shows are obviously a very visual form of art, but now you have the opportunity to make your bedroom a set or an art piece or something like that. And everyone in the music industry who wants people to catch their eye and stuff, it's important to start visually being appealing to people.
I hope it becomes a part of people's routines, like maybe while they're eating dinner or cooking, they can turn it on and always know that there's going to be some really great entertainment. And I hope to continue this series even when we do reopen and just keep evolving it, because I've really enjoyed getting to know the artists that have been involved and meeting new people in the scene. So it's really been a lot of fun. We want people to continue to support the working artists in our community. I think it's serving its purpose right now, but I'm definitely anxious to get back to live music in person.